Palestinians are Muslims, right? So we now endorse Palestine, free Palestine and all of that sort of stuff, and fuck the Jews, because the Jews are clearly the ones that are mass murderers. Like, when in their lives have the Jews actually ever caused any problems? Ever? Like, it's really funny. I touched on it in my last video with regards to the Ukraine, right? About how the West have been lying to everybody. RTE as well. Like, I really noticed it. I know that there's so many people out there that hate Trump, right? For me, he's literally going to save America, because it's literally, I don't know how anybody could vote for the Democrats. The Democrats destroyed everything. All this fucking woke shit all came from the fucking left. And they're the ones across the West that are destroying everything. And the United States, I have so many friends and family. I literally spent my entire childhood growing up in New Orleans, and I have such a strong connection to the US, and I'm so relieved to see that they have somebody like Trump that's actually going to come in and, well, he's done it already. He's coming in and he's fucking eradicating everything in the right way. I also think that the UK is lucky because they have Nigel Farage there that's going to literally undo every bit of damage that Keir Starmer has done. But Ireland and the West, I really noticed it with the likes of RTE. I noticed when Trump was being elected, that's when I kind of started shifting my mindset a little bit, because RTE was so pro Kamala. And it was so clear how pro Kamala it was. And even when my kids came home from school, they said that all the kids were crying because Kamala lost. It's like, oh my God, there's so many brain dead parents out there. I can't believe how many of them are actually so brain dead. It's unbelievable. My kids went in there cheering because they were like, thank fucking God somebody's going to be here that's going to stop like mutilating children in the United States, cutting their fucking boobs off and their ovaries out and everything else. Like, it is absolutely, the world has just gone so crazy. But I did notice an RTE. And then when Trump won, I saw Simon Harris give a dig saying, oh God, well now we're going to have to deal with him, or something along the lines of that. And I remember thinking, wow, now you've said the wrong thing and you're going to have to supposedly shake his hand at some stage. Nah, that's really something that a politician should not say whatsoever. They should be very, very in the middle and trying to keep up relations with everybody. So that was one thing that kind of opened my mind. But you do realise that Simon Harris, when he was the Taoiseach of the country, was the first one to endorse Palestine. And I'm going to get shot on here for saying this, but I think it needs to be said, because they lied to us about Ukraine, the war in Ukraine. They lied about everything. So why wouldn't they lie about Palestine as well? And if you logically think about this in your brain, right? How many Jews in the world have created mass wars? How many Jews? Like, ask yourself the question. Like, the Jews were almost exterminated in the 1940s by Germany and by Hitler and whatever else. And they were given some land, which we know to be Israel today. But you do realise that it was Israel that was offering to give back so much land to Palestine, the West Bank, all of that, Gaza, that was all given back. So the only people that ever had the issue here was always Palestine. Palestinians are Muslims, right? So we now endorse Palestine, free Palestine and all of that sort of stuff, and fuck the Jews, because the Jews are clearly the ones that are mass murderers. Like, when in their lives have the Jews actually ever caused any problems? Ever. Like, they live in all across the United States. They live across Europe. They're so peaceful. They're so kind. They integrate. They have their businesses. They're like the most amazing type of people, considering that they were almost exterminated, yet now they're evil and they've decided to shed blood all over the world. Like, guys, do you ever think about that maybe we were lied to about this? It was the Palestinians that were marching their children to laugh and jeer at Israeli dead babies. Israeli dead babies. Honest to God. So we are told that we have to be against Israel and the Jews because they're clearly, you know, causing genocide and whatever else. And yet right now we're being flooded with Muslims everywhere. Like, doesn't fucking take a genius to work out who's the one that's actually created the wars. Ask yourself the same question about the Muslims. How many wars have the Muslims caused? Please answer that question for me, because actually answer the question of, ask yourself, how many wars has Jews created and how many wars has Muslims created in the world? Muslims don't integrate. Now, I'm not saying every Muslim. in my estate, for example, we've got so many Indians, Pakistanis, doctors, nurses. They're so nice. There's a lovely family around the corner. She drops me in a Christmas present every year. Like, they're such lovely people. So there's so many of them that are amazing, that are here to work. Our doctors, our nurses, teachers, all of those things. How amazing to have you. You're fantastic. But what we have coming in isn't that, okay? It is these people that have been released from prisons. And like, that's what they did. Russia did the same thing, released all their prisoners and sent them into Ukraine. Like, this is happening. Like, they are literally here to fucking start a war, because it's very, very clear when you travel without your women and your babies, you're just men, you're here to fight. So I really do want to touch on that. Like, we were lied to about the COVID vaccine. We were lied as soon as COVID happened and we all ended up being locked down in our houses. Look at the control that everybody got. Look at the world. Everything changed from COVID, which was completely, it didn't need to happen at all. Now, I'm not saying that COVID wasn't a problem or whatever else. I have a very good friend of mine who died from COVID, or certainly the product of COVID, leaving 3 children behind at 48. So I know the seriousness of it. I know that obviously this did go around the world, but I know people die from the flu too. I know that what happened and what we were told and sold was utter bullshit. You know, this was completely created in a lab and it was released on everybody. The United States funded it. Democrats funded it. And now look at the world. All of a sudden we're going through tightening our belts everywhere for public speech. People can't say what they want to say. The word white, like, to say that I'm a white person is like nearly like a crime. I actually can't believe it. I've got so many black friends as well, and like, even they agree with us. You know, it's not all black people against white people. There's so many people. I just don't understand why it's even an issue. I genuinely don't. But it is an issue. Clearly it is an issue. But yeah, I really just wanted people to obviously touch base or to talk and think about this whole Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Like, the fucking government lied through their back teeth about everything. Do a little bit of research on it. Don't just follow everybody because everybody's cheering, chanting online, you know, Free Palestine and all of this sort of stuff. They're Muslims that are all saying that. And in this country, I believe absolutely nothing that comes from our government. And I really do feel that the Jews, yet again, like, are being wiped out. I actually genuinely can't believe it. And they're the ones that are being blamed. Just like white people, by the way. White people are also now an issue, you know, because we're clearly very, very racist people, you know, so it's shameful to be white. We can't obviously celebrate Catholicism anymore. Not that I am a Catholic, practicing Catholic, I really am. And I actually think that the whole thing is disgusting, you know, especially what happened with the Catholic Church, but I'm not even going to get into that. Right now, I do feel that, do you not feel that religion is the root of all evil? You know, without religion in the world, you know, there'd be no fucking wars, you know, like, there genuinely wouldn't. And I think, you know, Ricky Gervais said it really, really well. You know, he was like, isn't it funny how you're always born into the right religion? Isn't it? Like, when you think of it, you know, like, you can be Jewish and that one must be the right one because you're born into it. And you're Muslim, that must be right because you're born into it. Like, it's a load of bullshit. It's only there to control the masses. I genuinely believe that when the lights go off at the very, very end, we're fucking pushing up daisies and there's no fucking do-over when you get to the other side, you know? So I definitely think when you delve into things like that, you know, also the Quran, you know, they say that the Quran is this peaceful thing. You know, it actually says in the Quran that you can talk to the likes of us, but don't ever befriend them, you know? And when your numbers get bigger, this is in the fucking Quran, when your numbers get bigger in your area, then that's when you take over. That's when you don't integrate. You show them how it's done. They're not here to integrate with us. They're not here to set up lives alongside us. These people that are coming over in fucking dinghies at mass rates are here for one purpose only, and it is literally to end what we know as the West. And I know how crazy that sounds, but I know all of yous are here and yous all see it too. But I really think that this bullshit about Palestine needs to fucking end now, because these guys are all Muslims. And they're now swarming all over the place. The amount of Palestinians we're taking into, like, wake up.